Hi, so in this video we're going to cover what would be a very standard GCSE direct proportion question. So this first part is generally done very well, or more or less done perfectly by everyone as far as I've seen. The trouble comes in with this B and C section here. So hopefully I'm planning to address this in this video pretty much. So let's start with this bit. So A is directly proportional to B cubed when A equals 3, B equals 2. State a formula relating A and B. So from what we know previously, we know that A is directly proportional to B cubed. So I'll write that. So this means that A is equal to KB cubed. So there's a constant of proportionality K that's linking A and B cubed. So now we're also told that when A is 3, B is 2. So let's put these values in and find our value of K. So A is 3, B is 2. So K, so 2 cubed times K. So from this we get that 3 is equal to 8K. And then dividing both sides by 8, we get that K is equal to 3 over 8. So from this, we actually now have our expression more or less. So our original expression here, A equals K B cubed. So K being a constant of proportionality. So because it's a constant, now that we know what it is, it stays. It's constant. It never changes. So A is going to be equal to 3/8 B cubed, pretty much. And that's our relationship between A and B. So that's part A. And that would be for the majority of the marks on this. So these two are kind of like outliers. They would be a bit more. They'd probably be about 2 marks each, I imagine. But you are expected to use this relationship that you've just derived. So this 3 over 8 stays. Any other value you find, so if you find A or you find B, they are not permanently kept. It's only because K is a constant. And it will always be K because you will always choose it to be K. So if B equals 3, calculate A. So we just use this. We put B is equal to 3 in, and then we calculate our A. That's pretty much it. So let's do that. So if B is equal to 3, so I'll rewrite this out again. So A is equal to 3/8 B cubed. So now if B is equal to 3, so A is equal to 3 over 8 times 3 cubed. So 3 cubed being 27. 27 times 3 is 81. So this is going to be 81 over 8. So A is going to be equal to 81 over 8. Does this simplify? No. I am very happy with this answer, truthfully. I would be happy to keep it like that. But if you want to be technical, it is 10 and 1/8. So it fit into it 10 times and then with 1/8 left over. So it'd be 10.125. If you want it to be technical, but I encourage you to leave your answers like that where possible. They're just tidier. So let's have a go at part C. So if A equals 24, calculate B. Same principle as B, except this time you're given the other variable. So let's write this out. So A equals 3/8 B cubed. This is the relationship we derived. So now let's find what B would be. So putting in 24 as A is equal to 3/8 B cubed. So here you have a few options. You can divide both sides by 3/8 because you know how to divide by fractions now if you've watched the other video. Or you can times by 8 and divide by 3 separately, so which we can do there. But given the new video on dividing fractions, I think I want to have a go at dividing by fractions here. So let's divide both sides by 3 over 8 and get this on its own. So dividing both sides by 3 over 8. So this side here is going to be B cubed because these are going to cancel. And then let's have a look at this. So 24 divided by 3 over 8. So I'm going to do a separate calculation over here. So 24 divided by 3 over 8. And if you remember, 24 as a fraction, I can write that as 24 over 1. So this is the same as 24 over 1 times by 8 over 3. And now we just do this as a multiplication. So 24 times 8, that's going to be 240, take away 48. So that's going to be 192. So it's going to be 192 divided by 3. And that will simplify. So 192 divided by 3, 180 is going to go 60 times. And then that's 4 more, so 64. So on the left-hand side here, 24 divided by 3/8 is equal to 64. And then to find b, we take the cube root of both sides. So b cubed, cube rooted. So cube rooted there. And that's equal to the cube root of 64. So the cube root of 64, if you don't know, so b, the cube root of 64, if you don't know, is 4. So b is equal to 4 in that instance there. So that was a bit more technical than I'd like for the whole division by fractions, but it is something you need to get good at pretty much. It is something you need practice with. If you wanted, you could solve this here by, and I will just quickly reiterate this. So when we put our 24 in, so 24 equaling 3/8 b cubed. So just going back to the step here momentarily. So you could absolutely times both sides by 8 and get this to be 192 equaling 3b cubed, and solve this like you would normally. And then dividing both sides by 3, getting 64 equals to b cubed, and then b equaling 4, taking the cube root of both sides. That's absolutely doable. It's just good practice to get this sort of thing done.